Hi, Aries. Welcome to your extended. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. So, what we're going to be focusing on for your extended is I want to look at what's blocking this person. Um, I feel like there's many blocks here with them. That card definitely wants to come out. I do feel there's definitely many blocks with this person, but I definitely want to focus on that, just to help you understand where they are. In my experience, and just that's just life, right? When we can put ourselves in somebody else's shoes, it kind of allows our mind to forgive, right? It gives us that permission. And sometimes we need it a little bit, don't we? Right? So all my readings are all about healing. So I definitely want to focus on that. So our first one is contemplation. Interesting. I do feel this person tends to get trapped in their head. A lot of people don't they, right? Don't they, Jesus, right? I do feel like this is someone who's very much trapped in their head. With that contemplation here, it feels like, when it's like, okay, I know a good example of this. It's like when you have to work out, and then all the entire day you're thinking and thinking, oh my god, I have to work out, I have to work out, right? And then by the time it's time to work out, right? You're so exhausted from thinking about it because your subconscious was taking, it's exhausted at that point, right? You're then too tired to work out. So this person thinks about taking actions towards you all the time, right? But since they think about it so much rather than just doing it, they're wearing themselves down mentally. So one of their biggest blocks here is that this person thinks too much, doesn't act enough. Thinking in period is just what's the point, right? No, it's all about that heart. But a lot of people like to think for some reason. They like to think, and then guess what? Nothing happens, right? So this person's biggest block has to do with this person's mind. Let's see, what other blocks does Aries this person have? We have keeping still. It's a funny one. It's so funny. Sorry, it's like I have it focus on manual. Okay, keeping still. We have small is beautiful. Interesting. Some of you's it's there's something about their body may not be as big as they like, and this person has insecurities to do with that. Okay, I'll get the rest of this. We have enthusiasm, and then we have obstacles. Okay. Their mind is their biggest obstacle, and we have joyous coming through as well. I do feel that small is beautiful. This person doesn't appreciate themselves. This person's one of their biggest blockages has to do with them appreciating who they are rather than who they want to be. A lot of people look up to, I don't know, um, like celebrities, right? I'm seeing specifically bodies, like they're looking at the bodies of celebrities. I wish my body looked like that, or I wish I was as fit as that. There's definitely that coming through really heavily. I know that sometimes you can see someone, you think, oh my God, they're so fit. Like, why would they think that? It has nothing to do with the body, obviously, right? But I feel like this is someone where it's like, they're not accepting who they are. One of the harder things, though, at least everyone, in this generation, right? All of us have to come to overcome, accepting ourselves for ourselves rather than wishing we were someone else. You spend your life doing that, really, and this is something that is really blocking this person. With that keeping still here as well, they move often, right? They're constantly like probably scrolling on their phone. They probably walk with their phone. They're one of those people, right? Um, I see this person constantly distracting themselves. Just as I'm doing this reading, like my legs, I'm moving my legs, like that, like just what I mean, like that, like that's their energy. It's jittery, it's anxious, it's they probably have anxieties now. Right? They're probably suffering from anxiety. They probably stress really easily, right? When our subconscious is worn down, we stress really easily, right? That's the point. So if you are struggling, like let's say with anxiety and stuff, you got to ask a being of light to help heal your subconscious. But I feel like that's part of it, right? This person doesn't keep still. They're constantly on the move, and they're constantly trying to do. A lot of avoidance here. Let's see. When they sit still, their mind drifts to things that cause them pain. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to see. Okay, you are the biggest part, by the way, Aries. It's you. Like you're at the center of this, but there's other stuff around them. Childhood, parents, ex loves. I also feel like false starts in career as well. Stuff like that. Probably all of the disses, right? The disappointment, the disempowerment, the disbelief, right? I am seeing that really circling, but you are at the core of this. So when they are pausing, right? When they are sitting still, right? When they let their mind wander, it wanders into stuff that makes them feel pain. And a lot of times people think that they can run from it. You technically can, but it's not sustainable, right? Your subconscious can only hold so much, honestly, stress in it, right? Before it starts to break and you start to get anxiety, right? And you start to have a panic attack. This is someone who's in the middle of running, right? I do feel with this enthusiasm here as well. This person's biggest blockage has to do with their optimism. And I know that's an odd thing because enthusiasm came for your actual public reading, and it was an odd one to come through, but it all makes sense now. When we believe that everything's going to work out without us having to lift a finger, that's a problem, right? It might, right? But it has a significantly better chance if we took it upon ourselves to ensure that things work out the way that we hope they would or we desire them to, right? So it's like me, I don't know what I don't. I want to give you a good example, but I guess it's like steering a ship, right? You can go ahead and just walk away from the shipping steering wheel, right? And hope that you make it to your port. But I mean, it's not impossible, right? It's not an impossible thing, but you are significantly more likely to reach the port that you want to go to with your ship if you were steering it there, right? And this is the enthusiasm as a block has to do with this person really believing that things are going to work out without them having to do something. That's a problem. It's funny. Oh, look at this. I just realized this. This is a ship, right? This person's not going to get there. They're not going to get to their port. They believe they will without them having to do anything, and that's now an issue. With this joyous here and this standing and this standstill, it's interesting. Standstill and keeping still. There's a lot that this person has to face, right? A lot. I feel like their inner child is an issue here. Because that joyous is kind of reminding you of the sun energy, the inner child that's within all of us. This is someone where I truly feel that their inner child needs to be healed. I swear, I'm getting specifically father issues, but it's not just that. Let's see, is there anything else? Okay, I see what they're saying. I don't know if this is a father per se, but I'm seeing like a masculine energy surrounding this person that had a really big impact on them in their childhood. It doesn't have to be like a man per se. It could be anything. Like I know people somehow assign sex with energy. It's the craziest thing. It's the funniest thing, but it's not nothing to do with that. There was some kind of masculine oppressive energy in this person's life as a child. I'm seeing like probably a bully of some kind. This person tried to protect their inner child from that bully, right? I don't know if this is from their household or school, but they tried to do that. And it's actually created a block to their inner child now. This is something that is at play. This person needs to, get in touch with their inner child. They've lost that innocence that the inner child only has. It's the only part of us that has that, right? Because that's actually where it comes from. And they've disconnected themselves from that. Their biggest block is that. Yeah, holding together. It's interesting. This person here as well is trying to pretend like they're okay when they're not okay. That's a block here as well. Is accepting that things are not what I want, right? It's like the enthusiasm is a level of denial. Isn't that crazy, right? It's a level of denial here. Interesting. So let's get some tarot. So, Spirit, can you tell me, like, what is this person's next move towards Aries? 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 I feel like they do want to take action, okay? We have the Devil reversed. Interesting. It's detachment. Why? We have the Four of Discs. All right. I do feel this person's taking actions towards you. In a more of like a sneaky sort of way. They're definitely watching you on social media. Or in any way they have to keep tabs on you anyway. Some of you, I swear, this person, you may have mutual friends. It's kind of what it feels like to me. So I see this person talking to you, talking about you to someone, trying to gain information from them. I suppose, sorry, they gave me that example first, and then they shifted it to a psychic as well. It is what it is. We have the moon here, and it's reverse. Okay, this person's like, they're looking for a sign to take actions towards you. They want to. They really do. They think about it constantly. And you see this? There is that. This is it. The mental conflict, but it's not just mental conflict per se. Um, it's not just that. It's also the fact that this person they think about it so often it wears them down and it exhausts them. Never underestimate that, like how exhausting it is to constantly think about something. We have here the King of Swords. Okay. Yeah, they definitely want to talk. I am seeing that, and we have the Nine of Swords came out anyway. Balance going to be the Ten of Wands, and it's reversed here. I do feel this person's coming in to put down a burden. I do. If they want, no, sorry, sorry. The word came through. Hold on. It's like it's kind of it came through. I lost it, but it's like stating the case, right? Or stating their truth, owning their truth, making their plea. They're making their plea. This person's coming in with that, but they're coming in a very cold, calculated energy. I also feel as well that they have tried to gain as much information as possible to figure out when is the right time to take actions towards you. Some of you, I feel like this person might be into astrology now, because there's this energy here of looking at when they should do it based on astrology. This is bad. It's just you do it when your heart says, obviously, right? But they're trying to go at it from a very logical standpoint. I do feel with the Nine of Swords and this the Devil in its reverse here, they are struggling to kind of like disassociate in a way, right? Their attachment to you is actually what's keeping them from taking action. It's interesting, isn't it? Right? Their obsession with you is truly what's keeping them from taking action, because their mind is too exhausted to even think of a way to take actions towards you, because they're constantly thinking about the fact that they need to take actions towards you. There it is, the King of Wands. Told you, it's an action oriented energy. They want they want something about the past. They want to clear up the past itself. Interesting. That's some interesting energy. So let's grab some cards here. I want to know what has this person realized? Like, what has Aries this person realized? What has Aries this person realized? Please, Spirit. We have the Sacred Pool coming through. We have the Deep Freeze. Okay. I feel like this person's definitely realized how deep their love is for you. And okay, this is not an example, but I'm seeing like bounty, right? This person had bounty, bounty, bounty. It was so bountiful, right? And they didn't appreciate that bounty when it was plentiful. But when they no longer had it, when it was gone, when they ran out, essentially, this is what created a big change in this person, because when they ran out, they realized how amazing that is. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna give you the example I got, but it's like there was a bunch of grain, and this person's like, I don't know, stores, and then they're like, "Ooh, there's eating, not having a care in the world," and then they ran out. I was like, "Oh, holy crap!" Right? I'm out, and I didn't even appreciate that, and I should have saved it. Actually, in fact, I probably should have did more to keep it and all that stuff, right? Or I probably should have been planting some new ones, right? New grain, and they didn't do any of that stuff. And what they've realized is that, oh my God, I had so much right in front of me, and I lost it. And I only know that I lost it because I lost. No, I only know what it means to me because I lost it. I feel like with that ride the wave here as well, they were just coasting. Does this make sense? They were coasting. They weren't really doing anything. They weren't going to rise up in your connection and make much of an effort. They were coasting by while you did all the work. All right. With that stuck in the mud, and now they're stuck. I do feel when they pause, when they think about how they feel about you, they know their feelings for you are deep. I also feel as well, someone that loves someone listens to them and tries to figure out what they need to give it to them. Does that make sense? Oh, it's like I feel like you were paying attention to this person. I feel like you were looking at, oh, this about them, that about them, and they didn't do that for you, right? They didn't show up for you in that way. And they realize if someone loves someone, they do that. They listen to them, right? And they learn more about them, but also not just that. They use that information and then they show up for them in that way that would be beneficial for that person's life, right? Because when you love someone, you give, right? You do. It's just how it is. Um, and this is someone who loved you and didn't give you anything. And what they've realized is they were doing that. They were taking, actually. They were taking, but they weren't giving anything in return. They were coasting. And this person wasn't going to stop doing that until it ran out. Until it's like getting tripped up. Like, think of it like you're surfing, right? And then you get tripped and then you're off that wave, right? You don't get to ride that wave anymore. Does something like that happen here? And this person didn't appreciate the wave when they were on it. Interesting. So let's see. What does this person? I want to know because your reading had this. I want to know what this person tells others about you, right? So, what has this person been telling others? We have fear. Ooh, they're too scared to tell others stuff, the real stuff about you. Does it make sense? They're too scared to tell everyone the truth. Look at this, the Hangman. Remember, I clarified that question. I think it was your reading. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was your reading, but I clarified that question. And it was the Hangman. This is the Hangman in its reverse, by the way, as well. Which was, I think, what came out for your reading. But this is about getting back on your feet. What they tell others is that they were too scared for this. They messed it all up. They're getting back on their feet and they want to start again. I do feel this is new now, right? This is something that I feel like at first this person wasn't telling people this, right? Now they're starting to tell them this. Now they're like, I want this, right? This is reverse. I go home all to my oh, never mind. So isn't that crazy? They're opening up now instead of actually keeping them part of themselves isolated. They're now finally starting to open up to the people in their life, which is interesting because your reading itself they weren't doing that. So there's been progress actually, and we have gestation period. Interesting. Balance can be the root chakra. I do feel this person wants to have a new start, new beginning here between you and them. With that gestation period here as well. They're waiting. They're scared that they waited too long. Interesting. Wow. They're scared that they waited too long. We have lust coming through. They definitely appreciate your looks and their attraction to you as well. That's what they tell people. We have I'm afraid to look bad. Interesting. Again, this is where the lies are coming through. Again, so it's still somewhat there, the lies about the situation, right? They are still trying to save face, but it's sorry, it's like I'm seeing like an ice wall and it's starting to melt. Self-sabotage, yeah. They're telling people that they ruined it because they were too focused on themselves and too focused on getting what they want and enjoying it. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed the fruits of the labor without doing any work. So that's what they tell people. And we have the third eye chakra. This is about the true seeing eye. They see things that they didn't see originally. And that's what they tell people as well. So let's get your guidance now, Aries. And I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for purchasing this extended. It does help me out. So, Spirit, can you tell me, what is the guidance, please, for Aries? Guidance for Aries for the viewers. Health coming through. Patience, interesting. I do feel, a lot of us, we want love, right? We want the stuff that we want, but we're not always in the best place for it, right? And the message here is to have patience for that, right? Focus on your health. Never underestimate how important healing is to getting what you want, right? Fear coming through as well. Never underestimate how important healing is. Never underestimate the importance of self-love, right? For whatever you want, whether this is love, life, career, there's something that you want in your life that you don't have. And you need to understand that it requires you focusing on you right now in order for you to have it's, right? It's about following your inner heart, your inner calling. And it feels like your heart is telling you to focus on you. I'm seeing like yoga poses as well. Yoga might be something you want to do. I'm seeing meditation. Never just meditate to meditate. Meditate with purpose. Call in a being of light. That's what I do. You can call in any of the archangels or all of them, right? To help heal you or share energy with you, right? I usually leave it open to them, by the way, but you can set the purpose. Like, let's say I need heart healing, or let's say, can you help me open and expand my chakras? Something like that, right? It feels like that's, never just meditate to meditate. So pointless, right? Meditate with purpose. So meditate to heal, right? Meditate to maybe clear out your mind as well. Stuff like that. We have abundance here as well, and self-esteem. I feel here, the message here is that you deserve abundance, but it's not. I feel like there are parts of you that don't think that don't feel that, and this needs to be healed, right? Isolated and released, by the way. Fear and change. I am seeing there being fear surrounding change itself. It's honestly like change that, when you're holding on to something that's outdated or it's over with, and you're like so scared to change your life because of what if it doesn't come back. It's not going to anyway, right? The message here is to just accept that. But it's like understanding that what you want is in your future, not your past. So stop holding on to the past. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna thank you again for being here, and take care. Bye, Aries.